Ning Zimo took out his phone and showed it to So Chen. I have pictures of me and her. He pointed at a picture of himself and a girl. The person next to him was Xiao Jing. After So Chen finished looking, he remembered someone. Isn't this the person I met at the concert in Yangcheng? He quickly took out his phone and made a call. I've met her, I know someone, maybe they can find out Xiao Jing's information. Ning Zimo was very happy, that's great. The person So Chen called for help was Xiao Tianhei's granddaughter, Xiao Lang. He politely greeted, Miss Xiao, I'm So Chen, we've met before, do you remember me? The other end replied, So Chen, what's up? So Chen said, at the concert you held in Yangcheng, could you find out who bought the tickets? In the 5th row, 3rd seat, there was someone who looked very much like my missing friend. Xiao Lang seemed worried. 5th row, 3rd seat? That's the ticket I gave to Xiao Jing. You know her too. Do you know where she went? She's been out of contact for 3 days. So Chen was surprised. What? Missing? Ning Zimo beside him was worried sick. Did you find Xiao Jing? How is she now? So Chen turned and said, my friend knows Yang Xiao Jing's previous address, but now for some unknown reason, she's nowhere to be found. Let's go check it out first. Ning Zizhou immediately went to get the car. Then the three of them went to an old house. Xiao Lang had been waiting for them there for a long time. So Chen introduced Ning Zimo. Xiao Lang, this is Xiao Jing's ex-boyfriend. We're here to find Xiao Jing. Can you help us? Xiao Lang replied, ex-boyfriend? This is Xiao Jing's previous residence. I'll take you in to have a look. Inside the house was a gloomy space with thick cobwebs. So Chen asked, are you sure Xiao Jing lived here before? It looks like it hasn't been lived in for years. Xiao Lang sadly replied, she lived here alone, and she's blind, she can't clean up. Ning Zimo heard this and blamed himself. Blind? Her eyes are injured? I didn't even know. Ning Zizhou comforted him, you, don't blame yourself. So Chen suddenly discovered a small curtain hanging on the wall. He pulled it back, and inside was a painting. The painting looked very much like a clock. This is the illusory spirit formation of the Wu Shen sect. So Chen thought, the illusory spirit formation is often used with the illusory spirit skull, putting a skull insect into a person's body, combined with the illusory formation, causing the person to lose their memory, obey the person who planted the skull, and become a tool for raising skull insects. He turned and asked, Xiao Lang, have you ever seen Yang Xiao Jing with her eye patch off? Or is there something strange on her face? Xiao Lang recounted, yes, I've seen it once by chance. Under her eye patch, there are marks like those left by insects. So Chen stated his speculation. That confirms it, it must be the illusory spirit skull of the Wu Shen sect. I'm afraid she was chosen by the Wu Shen sect, to become a vessel for raising skull insects. Everyone was extremely panicked. What, a vessel for skull insects? They immediately went upstairs to check. Xiao Lang suddenly screamed. Unexpectedly, a group of terrifying centipedes crawled out from the door. So Chen calmly said, looks like our luck isn't bad, we just happened to encounter the Wu Shen sect cleaning up the scene. He stepped inside and said to the man wearing a black robe, hey, are you here to clean up the formation? He laughed triumphantly, yo, you're So Chen of the Song family, how did you find this place? If you see this, then none of you are going to. He hadn't finished saying the 3 words, none of you are going to escape, when So Chen punched him in the face. This guy turned out to be a bald man. He punched so hard that the guy flew straight into the wall. With his broken tooth, he showed discontent. Why don't you let me finish? So Chen proceeded to interrogate, villain, don't talk so much, just tell the truth. Where are your accomplices? If not, seeing the sinister smiles and probing gazes of the 3 guys, he shouted in fear, you guys, don't bully people too much. Unwilling to submit, he released 3 poisonous snakes towards them. He thought, this is the spirit snake I worked so hard to cultivate, dealing with you worldly martial artists is more than enough. The 2 Ning brothers were both extremely surprised by this dangerous attack. So Tran used only 2 fingers to catch the 3 poisonous snakes released by the man in the black robe. He opened his eyes wide in amazement, how is that possible? After being beaten until his face was swollen, he had no choice but to obediently confess. He kidnapped Yang Xiaogun to Building C, Mingzi District, Room 601. So Tran said to Ning Zimac, Mingzi District, Xiaomac, later you and I will go to that address to check it out. I'll call Elder Chao over to see him, he replied, okay. A moment later, at Building C, Mingzi District. So Tran and Ning Zimac were looking for Room 601. Finally, they found it. Ning Zimak kicked the door open. However, there was no one inside, only garbage scattered on the floor, looking extremely messy. Sutran said, "It seems the other party got the news beforehand. I see there are many personal belongings left here. It's probably not a long-term base of the Wu Shen sect. Later you check who owns this place and Xiaogun's villa." Ning Zimak was extremely upset that he couldn't find his lover. After they both went out, Ning Zimak said, "I found out, Xiaogun's villa was bought under the name of Song Kan Bong." Sutran replied, "Song Kan Bong? This person is really a restless spirit." Ning Zimak asked, "The Song family, is this person related to you?" Sutran replied, "Absolutely, I'm afraid he would kill me in his dreams, but if it's Song Kan Bong, I won't let him live well." He took out his phone and called someone. "Hello, Xiaoshu, do you know any of Song Kan Bong's old friends? Find them. See if you can set up a meeting with Song Kan Bong, get his current location." At this moment, in a residential building somewhere, Song Kan Bong was standing yawning at the door of the room where Xiaogun was imprisoned. Beside him was Elder Wu Han. Song Kan Bong sighed, I'm bored. I want to go to the bar." This intention was immediately extinguished by Wu Han. "We can't go out. If we go out, we might reveal our location. We can't fight Sutran. Besides, Sutran found our location earlier, we have to hide. But earlier I invited Elder Wu Qing from our sect. He will arrive tomorrow morning to deal with Sutran. That kid won't have many days left to live." Song Kan Bong obediently listened. "Yes, Elder," in his heart, he thought, "Damn it, I'm so bored, thinking about finding some fun." He suddenly saw a message notification on his phone. It was a message in the Gongza group of the Dream Bar, the specific content, "Bong Xiao. Why haven't you been to the bar lately? Tonight we just got some new stuff. I can tell what Bong Xiao likes." Song Kan Bong's saliva immediately dripped from the corner of his mouth when he saw the pictures on his phone. He replied in the group, "You still have a conscience, Gongza? These are all mine, I'll be there later." Song Kan Bong asked for permission from Wu Han. "I'm going out to smoke a cigarette." Then, he arrived at the bar as scheduled. Song Kan Bong walked in and said, "Holding it in for so many days, finally I can find a place to vent." He didn't know that So Tran was sitting in the car across the street watching him from afar. This fish is really taking the bait. After 10 minutes, someone called, "Brother-in-law, has Song Kan Bong gone out yet?" He replied, "He's out." So Tran smiled triumphantly, "Now I've lured the snake out of its hole. Just wait for it to go back and lead us to its nest." At the Mingdong district, the car carrying Song Kan Bong also arrived. He was very happy. "It feels so good to vent. Unlike that Yang Xiaogun, I couldn't even touch him." So Tran was watching him from behind. Song Kan Bong stealthily walked up the stairs. Elder Wu Han must be cultivating at this time. I just need to sneak back in. Unexpectedly, Wu Han had been standing there the whole time. Song Kan Bong panicked and exclaimed, Elder Wu Han. He had to lie. "Aha, Elder, I just went downstairs to smoke a cigarette. You don't like the smell of smoke, right?" Wu Han pressed on, "Right?" He immediately slapped Song Kan Bong hard on the face. "You idiot, do you think I'm an idiot? You're full of the smell of alcohol. You clearly just had a lot of wine. You must have been out." He had to admit, Elder, I was wrong." Wu Han continued to kick Song Kan Bong hard. "If Sutran and his group follow you here, then I'll chop you up and feed you to the dogs." He fearfully pleaded, "Spare me, Elder." Wu Han immediately ordered, "Be careful, you're being followed. Get out of here and pack up. We have to leave immediately." Song Kan Bong replied, "Yes." Song Kan Bong kicked Yang Xiaogun. He cursed, "Damn it, I still have to carry a living person around. It's such a hassle. Hey, get up." Yang Xiaogun slowly opened her eyes. She whispered, who's talking?" So Tran suddenly jumped in from the window, causing shards of glass to fly. He kicked Song Kan Bong hard in the face and yelled, "It's the dead who are talking." Song Kan Bong angrily said, So Tran, how did you get here?" So Tran rushed forward, punched him in the stomach and said, "I'm here to send you, Bong, on your final journey." Song Kan Bong immediately ran towards the door. "So Tran, don't go too far. Elder, save me." Inside the room, So Tran untied Yang Xiaogun. She asked, Who are you?" He replied, "I'm Xiaolang's friend. I specialize in saving you." Yang Xiaogun said, "Sister Lang sent you." So Tran replied, "Yes." At this moment, Song Kan Bong ran in a panic and announced, "Elder Wu Han, save me, So Tran is in the room." He yelled, What are you going crazy about? As soon as he finished speaking, Ning Zimak kicked the door open. Vu Han, come out and die. Vu Han and Song Kan Bong were extremely frightened. So Tran and Yang Xiaogun walked in. Elder Vu Han, long time no see. The old man, Vu Han, gritted his teeth in frustration. Ning Zimak, so Tran, damn it, how did you find this place? So Tran turned to Song Kan Bong and said, thanks to you, Brother Bong. He looked surprised. You were following me, you pervert. Ning Zimak roared and charged forward. It's you. You took Xiaogun from my side. I'll kill you. Unwilling to give in, Vu Han took off his black robe. Inside was a huge golden snake. He calmly replied, you're Yang Xiaogun's previous warrior boyfriend, right, in front of a Chi-Men disciple. You're nothing more than a worldly martial artist who's not worth a single blow. Vu Han immediately released the snake. It opened its mouth wide and tried to swallow Ning Zimak. He quickly blocked it with a punch. The suffering Xiaogun endured all these years, you must pay for it. The fierce golden snake bit his fist and immediately became dizzy and nauseous, its whole body trembling. Vu Han retracted it. He was surprised. As expected, this strength, he has already broken through to Shenshin. Knowing he was in a disadvantageous position, Vu Han quickly grabbed Song Kan Bong by the collar and dragged him away. We can't stay, we have to retreat. So Tran instantly deployed a formation to surround them. Vu Han suspected this was the formation of drawing the earth into a cage, while Song Kan Bong yelled, Elder, you can't leave me behind, Elder. So Tran summoned talismans. He said triumphantly, Elder Vu Han, where do you think you're going in such a hurry? In another corner of the room, Ning Zimak touched Yang Xiaogun's arm with a joyful heart. She looked confused. You, who are you? He replied, I'm Zimak. Yang Xiaogun was scared and avoided him. Zimak, who is Zimak? Stay away from me. Ning Zimak really didn't know what was going on. So Tran turned to explain, right now, she's under the control of the illusion god Gu. She lost all her memories from before. Give me some time, I'm sure I can break this Gu. Ning Zimak was furious after hearing this. Illusion god Gu, Vu Shen sect. It's all because of you that Xiaogun is like this, he said as he charged towards the two villains. Song Kan Bong yelled, you, don't come over here. Ning Zimak couldn't hold back anymore. He punched Vu Han and Song Kan Bong from one side to the other at an incredible speed. I want you to die for me. He grabbed Vu Han by the collar and shouted, who ordered you to kidnap Xiaogun? He struggled to reply, I don't know. I only know that I have to capture her for the Vu Shen sect. I'm just a small elder. I haven't even reached Shenshin. I don't know anything. Ning Zimak yelled, I don't care. If you don't give me the answer I want, today you will pay with your blood. Vu Han had to blurt out, tomorrow, Elder Vu Qing will come to pick up Yang Xiaogun. Elder Vu Qing is a confidant of the sect master. He must know something. So Tran pondered over the name Elder Vu Qing. So Tran said to Vu Han, I'll believe you this once. Tell Vu Qing, I took Yang Xiaogun. If you have the guts, tomorrow night, I'll wait for him at the old spirit artifact street. Tell Ning Zimak to keep hitting. The old man, Vu Han, said, why'd I have to keep going? Ning Zimak grabbed him by the collar. Xiaogun has been suffering for years. I want you to pay double. So Tran turned to Yang Xiaogun and said, his name is Ning Zimak. You were once lovers, do you remember? She tried to remember but the name was completely unfamiliar. She didn't know why her tears fell. Yang Xiaogun touched her eyes, but why, when I hear this name, I can't help but cry. So Tran put his hand on her shoulder, slowly, don't rush. Ning Zimak came over, brother so, what do we do next? So Tran put his hand on his shoulder. The next step is to break the illusion god Gu for Yang Xiaogun. Then deal with the Vu Shen sect. Don't worry, eliminating evil Gu is the duty of our Juxuan sect disciples. So Tran would definitely make the Vu Shen sect trash pay. At this time, Song Kan Bong and Vu Han were already tightly bound. Then, in the backyard of the spirit artifact store, So Tran was busy arranging. He proceeded to deploy a formation. Ning Zimak asked from outside, Brother So, what are you doing? Wu Yu replied, arranging a binding formation. When the illusion god Gu is broken, the host might lose control, so we need a binding formation to suppress it. Ning Zimak continued to ask, binding formation, is it very powerful? She replied, it's just a low-grade formation, but a master craftsman like So Tran can create a low-grade formation. That's pretty powerful. So Tran shouted, "Formation complete." The formation instantly changed color from blue to yellow. Wu Yu was surprised. Yellow, a high-grade formation, a binding formation. How come it's a high-grade formation? Did So Tran improve it? So Tran beckoned Yang Shaogun, "Come here, stand in the middle of this formation." After making all the preparations, he began to break the evil Gu. Yang Shaogun cried out in pain. There was something stuck in her neck. Ning Zimak worriedly wanted to charge in but was stopped by Wu Yu. "Trust So Tran, he'll be fine." Yang Shaogun suddenly coughed up something. It looked very much like a centipede. At this moment, at the Wu Shen sect's stronghold, all the subordinates said in unison, "Greetings, sect master." The masked man, sitting majestically on high, was the sect master of the Wu Shen sect. He suddenly opened his eyes and said, "This feeling, someone is tampering with my illusion god Gu. Where's Wu Han?" Everyone replied in unison, "I don't know." One person said, "Didn't Elder Wu Han go to fetch the illusion god Gu?" Another added, "It seems he hasn't returned yet." One subordinate ran in a panic and reported, "Sect master, something bad has happened. Elder Wu Han is in trouble." The sect master immediately asked, "What's wrong? Why are you so panicked? Tell me quickly." The man knelt down and reported, "Elder Wu Han arranged for me to stay outside the Zen city. We would contact each other every day, but today I couldn't get in touch with him. I just received his last message telling us to go to the Spirit Artifact Street for reinforcements." Another person stepped forward. It turned out to be Elder Wu Qing. He suggested, "Wu Han was supposed to meet me tomorrow for reinforcements at the Zen city. Why don't our subordinates go to the Zen city first?" The sect master pondered for a moment. Then he stood up and said, "You come with me. The illusion god Gu needs a new owner." The subordinates were all shocked. The sect master wants to personally go to the Zen city. Wu Qing replied, "The sect master is coming in person. The Zen city will surely become the territory of the Wu Shen sect tomorrow." The sect master laughed sinisterly, "Prepare a big gift before we meet." On So Tran's side, the process of breaking the evil Gu was still fraught with difficulties. Wu Yu was happy. "It's coming out. It shows that the magic So Tran used is very effective. If nothing unexpected happens, it's probably." Before she could finish her sentence, Yang Shaogun had to squeeze her own neck. She knelt down and cried out in pain. Ning Zimak and Wu Yu were extremely worried outside. They didn't expect such a bad turn of events. So Tran summoned a talisman, a small 5-thunder talisman. It instantly severed the giant centipede. Yang Shaogun kept panting. Ning Zimak and Wu Yu were overjoyed. It worked. So Tran quickly clasped his hands together to deploy a formation. "It's not over yet." Yang Shaogun continued to spit out something else. A moment later, So Tran said, "It's okay now, let her rest in the binding formation." Ning Zimak and Wu Yu rushed over to check. Ning Zimak picked up Yang Shaogun. "Brother So, what's wrong with Shaogun?" So Tran reassured him, "I'm afraid the Wu Shen sect people discovered we were breaking the Gu. So they affected the illusion god Gu. She's fine now, let her rest in the binding formation tomorrow. She'll wake up very soon." So Tran made a guess. The illusion god Gu is the Wu Shen sect's treasure. Now the Gu worm is trapped by us. The Wu Shen sect will definitely not let it go, and if they can control the illusion god Gu, it means they're not far from us. We should prepare to counter them. He just launched a talisman into the sky, just in case, calling for reinforcements. Song Nyan suddenly appeared behind him. "So Tran, I've been looking for you for so long. What are you doing now? The day after tomorrow is the official opening of the Baikan pharmacy. You haven't forgotten to go home and prepare, have you?" So Tran scratched his head and smiled. "How could I forget such an important thing? Actually I did forget, but I just remembered." So Tran walked over to Song Nyan. "Wife, you came just in time. Come and see how your husband defeated the evil propaganda organization." She didn't understand anything after hearing this. At the Wu Shen sect's stronghold, the sect master kept coughing. Wu Qing rushed over to check on him. However, he was stopped by the sect master. He thought, "When I was using the illusion god Gu, the other party could still use spells to break it. Could there be a martial Dao Grand Master there?" The sect master bowed his head and gritted his teeth. "It seems this time to the Zen city, we must not take it lightly." He immediately ordered, "Prepare plane tickets, we'll go to the Zen city tonight. The illusion god Gu must not have any accidents." Wu Qing obeyed, "Yes." At night in the Zen city, the two of them, wearing mysterious black robes, walked swaggeringly on the street, making people think they were playing cosplay. Wu Qing asked, "Sect Master, where are we going now?" The sect master replied, "I can sense where the illusion god Jiyu disappeared, but I'm worried that the other party has a martial Dao Grand Master as their guardian." Wu Qing was surprised. "What? A martial Dao Grand Master? Sect Master, should we still go?" The sect master turned and said, "Of course we have to go, but you go and scout the situation first. I'll follow behind you and improvise." Wu Qing was a little hesitant. "Sect master, that's not good, is it?" The sect master looked at him with sharp eyes. "Elder Wu Qing, your loyalty to the Wu Shen sect is as bright as the sun and moon. I believe you won't refuse this little errand, will you?" Wu Qing had to reluctantly agree. The sect master really wanted to see who exactly is going against the Wu Shen sect. In the ancient street, Wu Qing looked around. He nervously thought, "The sect master told me to go first. A martial Dao Grand Master, what can I do? It's a good thing the sect master is here. I'm sure he won't let me die without saving me, right?" Wu Qing suddenly noticed someone. It turned out to be Ning Zimak. He walked over and said, "You're the one from the Wu Shen sect, right? Finally, I've been waiting for you." Wu Qing thought, the person who rescued Xiaogun. It turns out it was Ning Zimak. Looking at his aura, he's probably broken through to Shenshen. It's just that if he just broke through to Shenshen, he can't stop me. It's just the right time to use this spider silk parachute that I just captured. He immediately released the giant spider and yelled, "You just entered Shenshen, how dare you stop me?" Ning Zimo saw the spider rushing to attack him. He thought, before leaving, the spirit dispelment that he possessed should be able to stop the poison of the Wu Shen sect. Unexpectedly, this spider could move as flexibly as a falling leaf, and it formed a giant spider web on Ning Zimo's head. Lightning surrounded him. The spider releases a large amount of cobwebs. A moment later, Ning Zimo was retracted, hanging upside down in the sky. Wu Qing looked satisfied. "Well done. Not ashamed that the treasure I worked hard to find." He ordered, "Quickly bite him to death for me." Fortunately, the dispelling charm on Ning Zimo's body prevented it. The talisman causes the spider to be thrown away. Wu Qing seemed to understand what was going on. He held the spider in his hand and thought, "This little boy also wears a charm to ward off spirits. It seems that there must be someone else behind him who is helping him, but a lowly spirit charm, watch me break it." Ning Zimo suddenly shouted loudly, "Carefully, the martial god sect attacked." Then Tong Tu was on the roof observing. He quickly took out the phone and called his brother-in-law. Chu Chen was relaxing at home at this time. He answered the phone. The other party said loudly, "Brother-in-law, Ning Lao Dai was tied up by a spider web," and the other party said that he wanted to break the charm to ward off spirits. He calmly replied, "Oh, no, then let him try it." Back in the city, Wu Tan tried to break the talisman but failed. He was struck by the heat from it. Wu Qing looked at his hand. "A charm to ward off spirits. How can it not be broken? I will be betrayed. Is it possible that the person who made the charm is a martial arts master?" He turned around and ran away. No, the risk was too great. He still had to calculate. Suddenly someone launched the ancient worm. Wu Qing knelt on the ground tremblingly. He resented, this old man, at this time, using the ancient worm, wants me to continue to go deep, not to worry about my life and death. Seeing Tong Tu watching from above, he knew that he had run out of ways to escape. Wu Qing stuck out his tongue. There was also a poisonous spider above. Along with his thoughts, he could only sacrifice my ancient destiny, risking a battle to the death. He launched the spider towards Tong Tu. It seemed that he was about to be bitten, but who was wary of a needle piercing through the spider, promptly saving Tong Tu from death. Wu Qing looked astonished. That is, the provocation needle of the medicine cup. No, not good. The person who saved Tong Tu was Chao Shang Sheng. He said, "The god sect is messing around. Pity the heavens and harm the reason." Chao Shang Sheng immediately launched 4 needles at Wu Qing's body. He begged in a panic, "No, don't." At this moment, the 4 needles were pierced by a certain force. The sect master of the divine sect finally appeared. He punched the ground hard. The elder was so majestic. "Just let me test him." The sect master stood up and said, "I thought that any holy god who confronted my martial god sect turned out to be a medicine cup." He thought, just now, there was a strong aura of anger in the house, and he thought that it was a martial arts master, but it was just a medicine cup elder, which was not scary. In the sewer next to him, he unexpectedly locked a giant snake. It instantly pierced the ground. Appeared next to the disciple's name. "Let you see my trump card." Tong Tu gasped in shock. "Heavens, the snake is too big." The giant snake rushed to attack Qiu Thuong Sin. He launched 3 needles and shouted, striking the snake 7 inches. However, these 3 needles did not leave any damage on his body. Tong Tu on the side was surprised. "This snake is an impenetrable slasher. Elder Chow, do you need me to find someone to help?" Chao Sheng replied, "No need." He thought, if the master's side is favorable, we will win very quickly. At this moment, Ning Zimo finally got rid of the messy cobwebs. He landed on the ground. Ning Zimo started his limbs and thought, "See, he finally escaped. It seems that relying on his martial strength to deal with the tricks of the Chi Men is still not possible. I don't know if he can learn 2 tricks after this." On the other side, Chao Sheng jumped on the snake's head. Ning Zimo also came to punch under his mouth. "Elder Chow, I came to help you." In the crystal store, Chu Chen was standing in front of the ancient magic jar, and there was also Tong Nian next to him. After a while, he glued the talisman to the jar. The sect master of the divine sect seemed to know about this. He hugged his head, shouting loudly, "Ah, my neck, who's touching my neck?" The disciple master gritted his teeth. No, the ancient god must not have a problem. He let go of the threat, dared to destroy the ancient illusion. "You will be cursed by the demon god. You are forever and ever, you can't be at peace." Tong Ren was extremely scared after hearing it. She asked, "Chu Chen, will it really be as he said, cursed by the demon god?" Chu Chen replied, "Ha, if you dare to curse me." Chu Chen and even the Wu god slashed and finished speaking. He indeed broke the neck jar. 2 centipedes with shattered glass shards. The disciple master immediately spat out blood. He was suddenly captured by Chao Sheng and Ning Zimo. Chu Chen and Tong Nian came out. "You guys have had a hard time tonight, and I'll let my wife invite everyone to eat in a moment." The sect master spoke up, "Who are you? Confronting the martial gods. The martial gods will not spare you. Ning Zimo is behind the threat. You still care about yourself first." Chu Chen suddenly blindfolded Tong Ren. "Let's go, wife, let's go home. These people are too bloody, let's not play with them." On the way back, the 2 of them talked to each other. That year, Ning Zimo was the 10 princes of Tianan. Yang Xiaojing beside him was definitely very noticeable. Wu Shenmin dared to find such a person to take action. I am afraid that there is still a place behind him, so you have to see how hard the mouth of the sect master Wu Shenmin is. Behind them, they didn't expect to have a follower. Chu Chen was keenly aware of this. He hurriedly pulled the hand of Tong Nian, his wife, and followed him. They went to a place that looked very romantic. Tong Ren asked, Department, why did you bring me to this place?" He replied, "I'll know in a moment." She was happy in her heart, although she had been married for 5 years, but it was too fast. "Who cares that Chu Chen just brought you here to hide? Wife, you see, that person is watching us. The other person has indeed lost track." Tong Ren was extremely frustrated. What, I dragged you in just to hide from the stalkers, so what else do you want to do?" Chu Chen took her hand and dragged him away. "Let's follow. I want to see who is so bold and dares to follow his wife." Chu Chen was standing behind his watcher. He was struggling to lose track of him. Chu Chen put his hand on that person's shoulder, caught you, and made him jerk all over. After that, he tied him up and interrogated him, and soon heard that most of the dark disciples had entered the world, carrying hidden titles in the city, taking the job of a detective, and he didn't expect to meet him again today. "You say it yourself, or wait for me to put my neck in your mouth and say," he replied in a daze. I'm just a person who likes to take pictures arbitrarily, don't misunderstand." Chu Chen let go of the threat. "If you secretly take so many pictures of me, then you must know that the ancient illusion is in my hands. Do you want to taste the taste of being parasitized by the ancient illusion?" He was so scared that he got goosebumps after hearing it. Wait. He continued, "This kind of feeling, I don't know if you are interested in trying it out. Your eyes are blind, your face is destroyed, and you live in a virtual world controlled by an ancient illusion." He had to declare, he was the precursor. "He told me to follow you. Starting from the moment you came to the underground martial arts hall, I have already followed you." Chu Chen and Tong Nian looked at each other. He sat down and said, "As if you know something, you stay here. It's best not to let me see you again." He hurriedly replied, "Understand, this mission failed. We will definitely not accept it again." Chu Chen stood up and said, "Is it a bet with the old man's money to open 100 drug shops? So he must be disappointed." Tong Ren speculated, maybe the old man's money worried that he couldn't complete the bet, so he looked for someone to watch over him. After the follower of Chu Chen was dealt with, the front minister early in the morning called Yi Shalwang and Vin Dong to come. He said, "The person who sent you to monitor failed last night, but he probably didn't tell us, it's just that you were taken away by Chu Chen last night." Yi Shalwang replied calmly, "It's okay. The matter of investigating Chu Chen's identity should be put aside for the time being. After all, Chu Chen's bet with the old man's money is enough for Chu Chen to bear." Vin Dong spoke up, "That's right, waiting for Chu Chen to lose, he will be like a quail dog from the Zen city." Tian Bo Thu asked, "Tomorrow is the day when the Northern Tran medicine pill will officially hang the sign. Should we prepare a little surprise?" The three of us shouted in unison, matching what I meant. On the second day, Chu Chen and Tong Nian stood in front of the door of the star, screaming incessantly. Chu Chen turned to say, "Now Ning Zimo must be interrogating the master of the divine sect. I don't know if he has asked anything." Tong Nian left. "You can handle the matter on this side. Tomorrow is the day to make medicine in the north of the ceiling hanging the sign. You have to go to prepare, don't forget," Chu Chen replied. "Rest assured, wife." After that, Chu Chen walked inside. Ning Zimo was using force to intimidate the disciple master to tell the truth. "I ask again, who told you to put the ancient divine illusion on Xiao Jing's body?" He replied, "I already told you. I happened to pass by Yangcheng that year, and I saw that this girl was Linglung, quite suitable to be the master of the ancient illusion god." Ning Zimo kicked him hard. He didn't believe these words at all. Tong Tu was afraid to hide behind Wu Yu, his mother. "The blood is too violent. I am still a baby," she said. "You are also a baby, don't hide behind you." Chu Chen asked, "How is it, can you ask anything?" He knelt next to the disciple master, and didn't ask anything. This guy's appearance didn't look like a stubborn guy. I'm afraid there was something difficult to say. Chu Chen took his hand to catch the pulse. "Indeed you have a neck on your body." He sat up and said, "Ha, I am the master of the martial arts sect, who can lower his neck with me." Chu Chen had to show him the card. "You have to think carefully. I can break the ancient god illusion. Perhaps, I can also break the neck in your body." The master of the sect opened his mouth in shock. It is the young master, the order of the first sect of the 9 mystics. Then it turns out that Chu Chen is the young master of the 9 mystics. No wonder he can destroy the ancient god illusion. He breathed a sigh of relief. If that's the case, then maybe I can really ask for help. The sect master recounted the whole incident. "In fact, not the sect master, my name is Li Chen, and I am the sect master's hereditary disciple. On the day of worshipping the master, I thought I was going to the top of the martial artist, but I didn't expect to fall into the abyss, because the sect master had lowered his neck to control me, so that I could make his body a false master, and even my wife and children were lowered to intimidate me. 6 years ago, the sect master gave me an order, telling me to bring the ancient divine illusion to Yangcheng, to go down with Yang Xiaojing. After I arrived in Yangcheng, at that time the person who greeted me was a director named Ning Hao Yan." Chu Chen and Ning Zimak were extremely astonished, surnamed Ning and Ning Hao. Chu Chen thought, "It seems that there is also a struggle inside the Ning family." Ning Zimo continued to interrogate, "You continue, who else attends this event?" The fake disciple replied, "At that time, Ning Hao Yan led me down to the underground pavilion to find Yang Xiaojing, told me to plant an ancient magic god for Yang Xiaojing, and then Yang Xiaojing was locked up." Ning Zimo grabbed his collar angrily. He confessed, "I know that my sin is deep, and my death is not unfortunate, but my wife and children are innocent. I hope that the 9 mysteries can save my wife and children." Chu Chen asked, "Where are your wife and children?" As soon as he could speak, he foamed at the mouth. Chu Chen shouted, "No," his ancient worm had already appeared, and he immediately turned into a talisman. Then he put it on his face, and the situation was gradually getting better now. Chu Chen instructed Tong Shu, Xiao Shu, to call the elder Chao to take him to the sea city 200 miles away. "The distance is far from him to escape the control of the ancient worm," he replied. "Okay, brother-in-law." Chu Chen said to everyone, when the ancient worm in Li Chen's body attacked, it proved that this ancient master must be nearby. It may be the master of the divine sect. We must leave here quickly. He glanced at Yu Han. He was fainting with a tragic appearance. What about him? Broke a leg and threw it out. Ning Zimo immediately obeyed the order. Chu Chen turned to and said, Xiao Wu Yu, I went to the back of the garden to see Yang Xiaojing, if she was awake, then I said I knew. She came out and saw Xiaojing sitting trembling on the ground. Wu Yu shouted, Sister Xiaojing woke up. Ning Zimo heard it, and he didn't want to do anything anymore, but quickly ran to his lover. Xiaojing, what do you think? She said softly, the headache is too much. Xiaojing finally recognized Ning Zimo. He was extremely happy. It's you, Xiaojing, I remember you. Chu Chen echoed, her memory has recovered. You can talk about what happened at that time. I pulled Wu Yu's hand away. Big brother, don't drag me. After all, he had to pick her up. He was still young. Don't just think about eating melons. Wu Yu didn't stop struggling. Don't. Inside, the couple hugged each other. Sorry, it's all brother who hurt me to suffer. It's okay. I've been like sleeping for 6 years. On the contrary, I'm sure you're the owner of the Ning family now. Ning Zimo shook his head. I have already cut off relations with the Ning family, and the person who harmed me is also a member of my Ning family. Xiaojing was surprised. What? He said resolutely, but the Ning family has someone who dares to take action against you. I will definitely take him out, so that he will pay the price. After a while, the two went to see Chu Chen. He teased, Yo, the little couple has already accepted each other. The two of them suddenly knelt down to worship, thanking Chu Chen for saving his life. Chu Chen immediately stood up. What are you doing? After getting up, Ning Zimo said, in the future, Ning Zimo will not regret going into the mountains and swords into the sea of fire. Chu Chen poured tea and replied, Don't be a guest, let's drink tea. This is the great red cell that Mo Lao kept. Since he is not here today, I dare to take it out. I didn't notice that Mo Lao's granddaughter is still here. Suddenly, a person wearing a black robe and a mask stepped in, and it was really fun. Ning Zi Mak came forward to protect his lover. Chu Chen quickly launched a talisman to drag Xiao Wu towards him. Unfortunately, he created a protective sphere. He brushed his sleeves, played a little trick. Chu Chen suspected that this person was a martial arts master. Everyone shouted in unison, What, martial arts master? Wu Yu spoke up, after the fairy is the master, in front of the master, the fairy is usually even more, it is just a convenient blow that can arbitrarily defeat the garbage. Ning Zimo bravely stood up, Uncle Chu. I stayed to hold his feet. You guys go quickly. Chu Chen didn't agree. He couldn't stop it. He didn't have the advantage. He led everyone ahead. The martial arts master smiled happily. Oh, do you feel that you can stop it? Chu Chen replied to the martial arts master without trying to know. He smiled and said, It's interesting. I want to see if your strength is as hard as your mouth. When his attack was about to attack him, Chu Chen was still not afraid at all. While everyone is very worried, it turned out that the talismans that surrounded his body protected him. It creates a layer of protection against the other guy's attack. Suddenly, someone echoed in, stopped his hand, and the martial arts master turned to look. That person is Luo Yun Taoist. He walked in proudly. I want to ask you who you are. Dare to take action against our 9 mystic sect young master. Luo Yun Dao sect immediately used the essence Luo sect technique to extract the spirit master, making the martial Dao sect master terrified. He was beaten so far that he flew away and spat out blood. In no way, the martial arts master had to create an explosion to escape. After the smoke dissipated, everyone didn't see him anymore. Wu Yu behind him showed admiration. Could this be the founding master of our star sect? Chu Chen put his hand on Luo Yun's shoulder, and arrived very promptly. Everyone was extremely surprised. The two of them knew each other. Wu Yu spoke up. Chu Chen said, even if his status is high as a brother, he can't be disrespectful to Luo Yun Dao. However, Luo Yun Taoist didn't care about this. He happily chatted with Chu Chen. Great master, I received your message charm. Especially come to take a look. It's been 5 years. Why haven't you entered the martial arts master? You're too steady. You're a little hesitant. This. It's a long story, that's right. The person who was chased away just now. You follow him for me. See who he comes into contact with. Luo Yundao replied. Rest assured. The disciple left the 9 zons to pursue Shang Tan on him. He couldn't escape. But, I can only go out for 7 days, and after 7 days, I can't help you anymore. Chu Chen said, it's okay. 7 days is enough. He made a speculation. Looking at the way he dressed just now, that person must be a person from the Wu Divine Gate. I want to know what this sect wants to do. Luo Yundao Venerable immediately said, okay, then it doesn't matter. I also heard that the command of the spirit card once appeared here. He stared at Wu Yu. Is it this lady? Her quality is not bad. After this is over, follow me to the 9 mysteries. Wu Yu jumped up. Ju, 9 mysteries, really, you can also enter the 9 mysteries. Chu Chen proposed, by the way, take your son in and go. Luo Yundao is stunned. Ah, there is only one place. You patted him on the shoulder. It's okay, at that time, you can tell me my name. Luo Yundao's son immediately agreed. If you have spoken, then this is not a problem anymore. Wu Yu looked surprised. As long as the Grand Master spoke up, he replied, of course, if there is anyone in the 9 mysteries gate who can freely lead people in and out, except for the monks, I am afraid that it is only the Grand Master. Wu Yu silently admired the Great Master. It is even more beneficial than I thought. He went to rub her head. Come on, Xiao Wu Yu, in the 9 mysteries, you can get the best education. At this moment, Xiao Jing suddenly discovered something. She turned around to look. It turned out that Xiao Jing had seen her scarred face in the mirror. She shouted, my face. Ning Zimak went to comfort Xiao Jing, but was stopped by her. And so he had to chase his lover. Wu Yu tried to chase after him, but was stopped by Chu Chen, letting the two of them digest themselves. Luo Yundao venerable sighed. That person must be the owner of the ancient illusion, right? Unfortunately, the scar left by the ancient illusion god is not easy to clean up. Chu Chen had to continue to ask. This matter must also bother the disciple. The scar left by the ancient god illusion wants to be cured. He can only invite the master to personally take action. He replied, rest assured, big brother. Late at night, Ning Zimo walked out and saw that Chu Chen was also sitting in front. He asked, Uncle Chu, haven't you slept yet? He replied, well, to find out a little about the situation with Xiao Shu. Ning Zimo asked, how is the situation on Li Zhen's side? Suo Chen recounted, right now, Xiao Nhu and Elder Chao are outside a radius of 200 kilometers. This distance basically means they can't be managed by Ning Junha. Li Zhen revealed his wife and child's location, also stating that the Wu Shen men, due to their raising of ancient spirits, captured many ordinary people and imprisoned them in the mountain village. This time, the Wu Shen men crossed the line with the martial artists. Elder Chao will use the name of Ling Nan Medicine Valley to launch a punitive expedition. In 3 days, the Wu Shen men will be eradicated in the martial artist world. Suo Chen asked, how about you and Yang Xiaojing? What's the situation like now? Ning Zimo shook his head and replied, she's still very upset. He worriedly asked, Uncle Suo, will the wounds on Xiaojing's face heal? Suo Chen held up 2 fingers and replied, the wounds left by the illusionary spirit bone can only be healed by 2 people in the world. One is the Valley Master of Ling Nan Medicine Valley, the one called Ling Nan Holy Healer. The other is someone with no fame. He said, I don't even know him. After receiving Suo Chen's answer, Ning Zimo was about to stand up and leave. Elder Chao came out from Ling Nan Medicine Valley. I'll go and beg him. Suo Chen stopped Ning Zimo and reassured him, don't worry, these 2 are my masters, but I can't guarantee that either of them would be willing to leave the mountains. Ning Zimo said, Uncle Suo, thank you. He replied, you're welcome. His expression turned serious. You can be assured, those who hurt Xiao Jing will not escape. Uncle Suo will make them pay. 3 hours ago, in Yangcheng, dark clouds gathered rapidly. The sky was thundering violently. A man feeding pigs exclaimed, yo, it's going to rain. A mysterious black hole opened up in the sky. Ning Junha jumped out from within. He landed with a thud right next to the pigs eating. He sat up, saw that he was surrounded by pigs and cursed, damn it, where did this teleportation send me? So many stinky pigs. If it wasn't for the importance of saving my life, I wouldn't have used this random talisman. The pigs all looked at him with bright eyes, like they were seeing a delicious prey. They charged towards the Wu Shen men sect master like they were starved. He yelled, don't come over here, you'll stink me to death. Get out. After 10 minutes, he crawled out, shaking. His clothes were tattered, covered in pig waste, a total mess. Damn it, which idiot designed this random talisman? It's not good at all. He stepped out onto the road and waved down a taxi. He thought, no way, Liyun Daozun actually appeared to help, but I heard the 9 Profound sect is very strict. Liyun Daozun definitely won't stay for long. Just in case, I'll take a few rounds around Yangcheng. He got in the car, gave the driver a wad of cash and asked, take me for a couple of rounds around Yangcheng, then go to the Western Mansion. When he stepped in, a strong smell spread everywhere. The driver couldn't help but say, "It's too stinky." These events were witnessed by a man standing high above. That man was none other than Liyun Daozun. He stroked his beard and said, as expected, he has someone behind him. My senior brother was right. I also want to see what kind of face is hidden behind this Qing Lan mask. He said, then jumped down from above, behind the taxi carrying Li Zhen. The taxi took him to a magnificent and majestic mansion. He stood before Ning Junshao and said, "Big brother, Li Zhen was captured." He sat in the chair and recounted, "I originally planned to risk it and take care of that little brat, but I unexpectedly encountered Liyun Daozun. I was defeated too." Ning Junshao asked, "Liyun Daozun? Why is he in Zen City?" He took a sip of tea and replied, "Some time ago, Liyun's token, Liyun's appearance, was in Zen City. I thought he came for this. I happened to run into him. He forced me back with one move. I ran back here." Ning Junshao asked again, "Then how did you escape? Didn't he chase after you?" Ning Junhao explained, "I used the random teleportation talisman to seize the opportunity and escape. Big brother, even if I can't beat him, I can still run. I even took a few rounds around Yangcheng. Don't worry." Suddenly, a pink glow appeared on his clothes. Ning Junshao jumped up, panicked, "Second brother, you were careless. Leave this place immediately. Find a chance to change your clothes. Don't let others see you wearing these clothes. You should even leave Yangcheng. You need to take a bath before you can go home." He also noticed the glow on his clothes. He asked, "What is this?" Ning Junshao replied, "This is probably the 9 profound tracking powder of the 9 profound sect. Second brother, you've been tricked." He stood up and took off his mask. "That's right, big brother, I didn't see Li Zhen at the Xingla shop, and I couldn't sense the ancient spirit in his body. I think he was taken away. I'm worried that he'll expose us." Ning Junshao said, "Leave this to me. You leave here quickly." Ning Junhao left and replied, "Got it." After he left, Ning Junshao called, "Someone." Zhang Ba appeared. "Master, do you have any orders?" Ning Junshao ordered, "Go personally. Relocate Li Zhen's wife and child. Keep in touch, and if there's any change, deal with them directly." Zhang Ba obeyed and replied, "Understood." Liyun Daozun looked inside the house and saw Ning Junhao. He thought, "This person looks familiar. Never mind, I'll tell my senior brother first." After some thought, he decided to fly away. A while later, Liyun Daozun returned to Suo Chen's place. He said, "Yo, junior brother, you're back. How was it?" He replied, "I don't know how to use a phone, so I drew a portrait of that person." He opened the portrait of Ning Junhao and introduced, "This is the Wu Shen Men sect master who ran away last night. He went to meet a person he called Big Brother. I haven't finished drawing that person." After seeing the portrait clearly, Ning Zimo exclaimed, "It's him." Seeing Ning Zimo's surprise, he asked, "You know him?" "Oh, right. This guy looks a bit like you. Perhaps the person you went to meet, you might know as well." Ning Zimo replied, "I do. This person is named Ning Junhao. His big brother is named Ning Junshao. The Ning family has many branches. They choose their head of the family based on who has the most ability. During my father's generation, my father eventually became the head of the family, along with his younger brother, my uncle, Ning Junshao. Ning Junhao is Ning Junshao's younger brother." Liyun Daozun stroked his long beard and said, "So it seems the situation is clear. It's probably your uncle who, in order to deal with your father, chose to take action against you. Should we tell the Ning family head about this?" Suo Chen said, "No, the Ning family head may already know this. To be able to sit in the position of head of the number 1 family, he can't be an ordinary person. He might not know that Ning Junshao is also the sect master of the Wu Shen Men, but the Ning family head definitely knows about Yang Xiaojing. It's definitely Ning Junshao behind this." The only thing the Ning family head didn't expect was that his son ultimately chose to become the war god of Quan Guan, instead of a heavenly South Ten noble. When he heard Suo Chen say these things, Ning Zimo clenched his fist, suppressing his anger. He turned to ask, "Junior brother, what did Ning Junhao say after meeting Ning Junshao?" He replied, "They're preparing to deal with Li Zhen's wife and child." After hearing Liyun Daozun's words, Suo Chen concluded, Elder Chao and Li Zhen have probably already set out on their punitive expedition against the Wu Shen Men. If nothing unexpected happens, they should arrive before Ning Junhao and his group. After discussing for a while, he decided, for now, we'll just wait and see. Junior brother, you continue to monitor Ning Junha and Ning Jun Xiao. We'll make our next move after Elder Chao and the others return. To prevent him from falling behind, Suo Chen decided, I'll have Wu Yu teach you how to use a phone later. You can't keep up with the times. Junior brother, Le Yun Dao Zun respectfully replied, got it. Scene changes to the Kin Nam region, the Wu Shen Men base. A bunch of hostages were tied up and seated on the ground. Surrounding them were strong men holding weapons and threatening them. The bald man with a sword threatened, be honest with me. Meng Ba Ba walked forward with a cane. She asked, have all the people arrived? The bald man replied, all the hostages are here. Meng Ba ordered, bring Li Zhen's wife and child here. As soon as she finished her words, a woman and a boy about 4 or 5 years old were brought over, both tied up. Li Zhen's wife cried out in fear, what are you doing? Meng Ba Ba laughed wickedly, don't blame us for being cruel. Blame Li Zhen for being unreasonable. Blame him for betraying the Wu Shen men. So the sect master can only invite you to die. As soon as she finished her sentence, the bald man behind the mother and son swung his knife, making them freeze in fear. Suddenly, 3 needles flew from somewhere. They caused the knife in the bald man's hand to fall. Looking at the needles, Meng Ba Ba immediately recognized them as the fate-saving needles of the Lingnan Medicine Valley. Chao Sheng Sheng led his men forward. The Wu Shen men have committed many evil acts. You've gone too far. Tonight, many righteous martial artists have joined forces to punish the Wu Shen men. You will never be free from this punishment. Those who stubbornly resist will be killed without mercy. Of course, Chao Sheng Sheng's men were not to be outdone. They also charged forward and shouted, kill. Both sides clashed. Meng Ba Ba scoffed, clicked her tongue, cast a spell and charged towards Chao Sheng Sheng's group. She also said, I apologize to Li Zhen's wife and child who are sitting there crying in fear. In a moment of urgency, Li Zhen appeared and struck Meng Ba Ba with a palm. This strike was no joke, so she cried out in pain. Li Zhen said, you dare to touch my wife and child? Seeing Li Zhen, the mother and son were overjoyed. One called out, father, the other called, husband. Fortunately, 2 disciples helped her up, so she still had the strength to order, Wu Shen disciples, hear my order. Kill all those who dare to offend the Wu Shen men. Her subordinates obeyed, yes. Both sides clashed, one side shouting slogans, protect the Wu Shen men, while the other shouted, kill. Chao Sheng Sheng observed from above and assessed, these people have been enchanted. They won't wake up until they see blood. He said, then launched a powerful force towards the giant monster, severing its head. Everyone saw the monster's head fall and felt shocked. Chao Sheng Sheng looked cool and commanded, don't spare anyone. Eliminate the Wu Shen men. His disciples replied, yes. Hearing the commotion, Song Muyang and Song Qingying were curious, opened the door and checked the situation. Why is it so noisy outside? They went outside, still confused, what is this? What happened? Song Qinglong rushed in and reported, not good. A large number of martial artists have arrived. They say they want to eliminate the Wu Shen men. Song Muyang and Song Qingying were astonished. Eliminate the Wu Shen men? Song Qingying was scared. He turned to ask, Dad, what should we do? Song Muyang was scared too, but he remained calm and ordered, quickly pack your things, we'll run to the back of the mountain. Hurry. The 3 of them were scared to death. They abandoned their faction, quickly grabbed their belongings and left. Song Qinglong reminded, Dad, be careful. In the dark night, Song Muyang was careless and slipped down a cliff. He dragged his 2 sons down with him. Song Qinglong cried out in fear, help, help, Dad, Dad, don't pull me. Qingying, save me. Suddenly, the 3 of them let go of each other, losing their footing, and fell straight down the deep ravine. They cried out in fear, awe. There was a pool of water at the bottom of the ravine. The 3 of them landed in the water. They groaned in pain, one said, ow, my old back, another said, ow, my legs, and the other said, ow, my knees. They looked miserable. Hearing the screams, the people in hooded robes discovered someone was alone. Seeing the figures surrounding them, the father and sons hugged each other in fear. Song Muyang yelled, you, what are you doing? Don't come over here. Of course, those people couldn't stop. Their screams echoed in the darkness. Scene changes to outside the Beichen Pharmacy's sign unveiling ceremony hall. A car was arriving. Song Yan held Suo Chen's arm. They entered the hall together. Song Yan urged, we have to hurry. I'm sure Mom and Dad have already prepared to cut the ribbon. He replied, got it. Seeing everyone gathered around the stage, she asked, have mom and dad already started cutting the ribbon? He didn't answer her question but said, let's go and see. Looking at the people on stage, Song Yan asked in surprise, why are they here? At this time, Lin Shinping was on stage, greeting everyone. Thank you for coming to support us today. One reporter spotted Suo Chen and his wife. He shouted, look, it's Suo Chen. Immediately, several microphones pointed at him. Seeing this, Suo Chen protected Song Yan. They said, Mr. Suo. Before the reporter could ask a question, Lin Shinping interrupted, Suo Chen, you've arrived. Zhou Jian said, I and your friend Lin have been waiting for you for a long time. The reporters flocked over and asked, Mr. Suo, I heard that Beichen Pharmacy will be expanding its cooperation with Lin Corp. And Zhou Corp. Is this true? Mr. Suo, I heard that Beichen Pharmacy's establishment also involved Lin Corp. And Zhou Corp. Is this true? Song Yan questioned Lin Shinping, didn't you guys cut off all ties with the Song family? You dare to show up? From the planning to the establishment of Beichen Pharmacy, what does this have to do with you two? Yi Xiao Huang suddenly appeared. He said, Ms. Song, you can't say that. The man on the right sneered at them. Beichen Pharmacy wants to expand its market in Zen City. They can't rely on Suo Chen alone. The man on the left agreed, that's right. Your two brothers-in-law are very smart, they know to find us for cooperation. At the same time, Song Zha-yang supported Song Zhongqing as they entered. Song Zha-yang was confused, what happened? Our car was surrounded halfway, so we were late. Song Zhongqing pointed at Lin Shinping and questioned, why are you two here? Lin Shinping, not ashamed of his uninvited presence, replied arrogantly, old man, today is Beichen Pharmacy's sign unveiling ceremony. It's too embarrassing. The loss is Beichen Pharmacy. Zhou Jian said, moreover, without the Ning family's support, do you think anyone will listen to your Song family? Lin Shinping scorned, I'm afraid even the guests who came to support you won't be there. Shall I invite some of my friends to support you? Hearing these words from the former sons-in-law of the Song family, the reporters quickly recorded and took pictures because this was the hottest news. Song Yan angrily shouted, you guys. Suo Chen looked at the two of them calmly and snorted. He then took Song Yan's hand and walked forward, saying, if you're going to talk like this, then let's see if you can resist here today. Hearing his words, the reporters also froze and forgot to work. Seeing Suo Chen's attitude, Lin Shinping said, this little brat, what's he so proud of? The Song family had taken their seats. Suo Chen casually handed fruit to Song Yan, here, wife, eat some fruit. Seeing the reporters waiting for an interview, Zhou Jian explained, we just had a little fun earlier. We're all family, just a bit of family business. Don't mind it. Lin Shinping announced, when all the guests arrive, we'll officially begin cutting the ribbon. Someone entered the hall. It was Huang Pu Mingzhu. The waiter announced, guest has arrived. Seeing the aura radiating from Huang Pu Mingzhu, Lin Shinping was a bit surprised. He stammered, who is this? Lin Shinping immediately tried to butter him up. He stepped forward to greet him, sir, who are you? But he was greeted with a huge avocado. Huang Pu Mingzhu brushed past him and asked the waiter, where is Suo Chen? The waiter respectfully replied, he's at the VIP table, please follow me. There were murmurs of excitement, oh my god, it's Huang Pu Mingzhu, the leader of the 9 City Grand Master Alliance. Huang Pu Mingzhu, he's from the Huang Pu family of Yangcheng, one of the 10 families of the Southern Sky. A big shot. He walked towards Suo Chen and scolded him playfully, Suo Chen, you really don't have many friends. It's been so long, you haven't invited me. He replied, so it's Huang Pu Mingzhu, welcome, welcome. Everyone rushed to the door again. Look, it's Miss Zhang of the Guangming Group. Zhou Jian wondered, Guangming Group? Miss Zhang, like a fairy descending from heaven, entered. I also came to see the excitement. Seeing her, the two of them looked at her with infatuated eyes and simultaneously greeted, Miss Zhang. Zhou Jian questioned, what do you mean? I'm already here. Lin Shinping retorted, what? I said I'm the one who will greet the guests. He said then the two of them started fighting to win Miss Yang's favor. They acted like two simps, you get out. No, you get out. Miss Zhang couldn't help but sigh at this scene. She turned to the waiter and asked, where is Suo Chen? Song Yan immediately appeared to greet her, Miss, please this way. Yi Xiao Huang and his group were surprised and exclaimed, When did Suo Chen get acquainted with the daughter of the Guangming group? Qian Bu Xiao looked at the two fighting with a disdainful gaze. He thought, two useless good-for-nothings. It seems I had to do it myself. He thought, then pulled out a lighter and lit a match. He then dropped the lit match on the ground. Someone's foot extinguished the match. Ning Zimo grabbed his hands and questioned, "What are you doing?" One reporter recognized him. "Oh my God, isn't that the Southern Sky 10 nobles who disappeared 6 years ago?" Ning Zimo. Qian Bu Xiao stammered, I was smoking a cigarette, haha, smoking." Of course, Ning Zimo wouldn't easily forgive him. He turned to the waiter and asked, "Where's Uncle Suo? Did he invite this person too?" The waiter replied, did he not invite him?" Ning Zimo said, "Then kick him out." "Okay, take me to see Uncle Suo." Qian Bu Xiao was dragged out like a mouse, a pathetic sight. He yelled, "What are you doing? Let me go." One person said, "Am I hearing this right? Did Ning Zimo just call Suo Chen, Uncle Suo?" The three of them gathered. This is definitely a historic event. 3 big shots have personally come to the Beichen Pharmacy's opening ceremony. Song Yan stood on stage and announced, "Thank you everyone for coming today. Beichen Pharmacy has been established, I'm happier than anyone else." Whether it's the cooperation of the 3 sides, or the Win family falling, causing the price of the golden ladder to drop, this journey of Beichen has been smooth sailing. But luckily, everything was resolved smoothly in the end. At this important moment, I would also like to invite someone very important to Beichen to come on stage. Although this person always seems indifferent, she smiled at him with pride in her eyes. Amidst the applause, he said, "I'm being humble." She continued, "If it weren't for Suo Chen, Beichen Pharmacy wouldn't be here today. So today, I hope Suo Chen can cut the ribbon with me." The two of them stood beside the ribbon-cutting banner, a perfect match. Song Yan tilted her head and looked at him with adoration. "So today, I hope Suo Chen can cut the ribbon for Beichen with me." He took the scissors. Snap! The ribbon was cut. The applause was thunderous. Yi Xiao Huang and his 3 men left the hall with frustration. Great prospects. Ning Junha and Ning Junxiao were sitting opposite each other, enjoying tea. Ning Junha was annoyed. He slammed his hand on the table and said angrily, "We were a step too late. The Kin Nam base was taken, our years of hard work have all gone to waste." Ning Junxiao said, "Li Zhen, if he hadn't revealed the location of the Wu Shen men, the Wu Shen men wouldn't have been destroyed overnight. Traitor, he must die." Ning Junha was furious. "I couldn't sense Li Zhen's location last time, he must be hiding somewhere. Big brother, what should we do now?" Ning Junha deduced. Li Zhen wants to remove the ancient spirit from his wife and child. He'll definitely seek Suo Chen's help. We just need to watch Suo Chen, then we'll definitely be able to capture Li Zhen. I've already sent people to watch Suo Chen. When the time comes, follow the location transmitted by the other party, kill Suo Chen first, then capture Li Zhen. In short, don't spare anyone," he said, then gave a sinister smile. Hearing Ning Junxiao's deduction, Ning Junha's anger subsided. He happily stood up. "It seems like Big Brother has made a plan. Then I should prepare to set off." 9 o'clock in the morning, Zen City, Song residence, Song Yan, dressed in beautiful clothes, happily stepped in. Suo Chen sat on the sofa, happily waving to her. "Wife, where are you going today?" Song Yan replied, "Beichen has just been established. It's a crucial time to prepare to put the medicine on the shelves. I heard some information. I'm worried that Qian Corp. will release a product similar to ours at this time." He reassured her, "Don't worry, wife. It's impossible." She replied, "I hope so." Song Yan looked at several yellow sheets of paper with scribbled ink on them and asked, "What are you doing?" Suo Chen replied, "I'm preparing talismans to break the ancient spirit on Li Zhen's family." On the TV screen, the Green Ranger said, "Lend me your power of light. Combine and upgrade." She wondered, why is the TV on? And the Power Rangers too? Suo Chen ignited a fire, held 2 pens and drew on 2 talismans. "Wife, you don't understand. I just watch movies and draw talismans for inspiration." He was on fire. Song Yan witnessed this scene and was extremely confused. She couldn't help but sigh and said, "Whatever you say." Song Shu said, "Brother-in-law, I've done as you asked. I contacted the Shang family in Shuncheng. They said they've prepared an absolutely safe secret room. We can set off." She wondered, the Shang family of Shuncheng? What are you two doing in Shuncheng? He explained, "That's right. Li Zhen was captured earlier, the Wu Shen men base was destroyed. The commotion was so big. The Wu Shen men are guarding this place very tightly, so we've made a new plan. We've informed Li Zhen's family. They're going to gather at a location for diplomatic exchanges in Shuncheng this afternoon. Xiao Shu will meet them first. Then she'll take them to the Shang family. And I'll find a place to shake off any tailors first, then go to Shuncheng. Of course, if Xiao Shu is being followed, then she should find a place to shake off any tailors first, then go to Shuncheng to meet Li Zhen. Song Yan felt guilty. Now you guys are involved in this kind of thing. I don't want to tell you to ignore it and protect yourselves, but at least, be careful. He, on the other hand, didn't show any worry and reassured her, don't worry, wife. Song Shu also reassured her, that's right, sister. Don't worry. Suo Chen and Song Shu left. He said proudly, they're just a bunch of animals. How could they make things difficult for your husband? In the car, he turned to Huang Pu Mingzhu and said, let's go. Suo Chen was polite, after getting rid of the tailors, we'll probably need you to continue to circle around Zen City and attract the Wu Shen men's attention. This still has risks. It's a bit of a hassle for Huang Pu Mingzhu. He replied, Master Suo, you're being too polite. I didn't expect there to be such outrageous things in the world. It's only right that I lend a hand. Thinking about it, they both smiled with satisfaction. Something interesting is about to happen. In a car parked right behind his car, someone said through the phone, report, Suo Chen has gotten in the car. The person on the other end ordered, follow him. Don't let him leave your sight. He replied, yes. 2 cars, one in front and one behind, sped down the road. This guy is really stupid. He's following too closely. Even ordinary people could easily tell he's tailing. Suo Chen's phone rang. He answered. Song Shu was on the other end. Brother-in-law, I used the reconnaissance talisman to check. No one is following me. So I'll go to Shuncheng to meet Li Zhen and his family first. He replied, go ahead. Through the rearview mirror, Suo Chen saw the car tailing him. He gave a wicked smile and said, I need to deal with this troublesome bug quickly.